Hello, everybody. It is Patty from Sandy Hollow Tarot on this Tuesday afternoon. I thought I would just make a quick little video about the Seven of Swords because he keeps coming up this week. I posted on my Instagram and Facebook this morning about him, but he still kept coming up. He kept creeping into readings and in different scenarios. So I'm like, okay, he needs attention, obviously. So what do we have going on here? In the background, we have these beautiful tents. We can imagine there's some sort of celebration going on. There's people in there. They're probably dancing and singing and laughing and eating and drinking and having fun. And so why is he out here? Well, because he's a thief. He is tiptoeing away with all of these swords. And of course, we know swords are our concerns, our anxieties, our worries. And so just this morning, it struck me that that saying, comparison is the thief of joy. And I was like, oh, yeah, I can see that. I mean, sometimes, depending on your reading, this card can be, someone is taking your ideas from you, or maybe they're taking a relationship away from you, or maybe they're actually taking money or material possessions from you. But in this case, it keeps coming up, this idea of comparison is the thief of joy. So when we start comparing ourselves to other people, which we all do, like it or not, we all do it, that takes away our joy, because there's only so much room for all these emotions. So if we are feeling envy or jealousy or rage or just these unpleasant feelings towards other people, then we can't feel our own joy. We can't celebrate our own successes and our own happiness and our own friendships, and it gets in the way. And it just keeps coming up a lot lately. And I just want to reiterate, you know what? We all do it. We all compare ourselves to other people, whether it is, the skinny ladies at the gym with their Lululemon, or their the guys at work that all get promoted and you don't, or whatever it is. Happens to everybody. So when this card comes up, this is a time to ask yourself the question. Now, if you don't ask yourself that question, what happens? Then we start moving along, progressing along the swords. The Eight of Swords. So here she is. Again, in the background, we have this castle where we can imagine that people are happy, people are celebrating, or maybe they're just going on with their day-to-day life. But she is blindfolded, she's tied up, she's miserable, right? She's refusing to deal with it. So she can be in that castle. She can be in there, drinking her mead and eating a turkey leg with everybody else, but she's refusing to. She needs to address the situation. So she has a choice here. She can stay like that if she wants, or she can take the blindfold off and take off the binds. I mean, they're not that tight. She can get out of that, and she can become a part of that. So it's on what you want. What do we want to do? Do we want to, go to the gym every day, and then we get our, our athletic wear and our perfect bodies? Well, that's a choice that some people make. Others of us would rather sit and watch Project Runway. But it's all a choice, right? So now, continuing on, if we don't make that choice, what happens? Nine of Swords. I've said it before, this card comes up more than any other card in my readings. This is when these intrusive thoughts get into our heads, particularly at night, when those ideas get planted in our brains, and then all of a sudden, here we are, our partner is snoozing happily, and we're sitting up saying, oh my God, holy shit, I can't believe I said that. Oh my God, I'm such a jerk. Why did I do that? Right? This card all the time. So when this card comes up, it's like, okay, we need to make a plan. We need to address the self-talk. Again, something we all do. We all have that nasty voice in our heads. At this point, it's time to address it. Say, okay, I hear you, but I'm not listening to you, right? I'm going to acknowledge that this thought has come into my head, and then I'm letting it go. If we don't deal with it, what happens? 10 of Swords. Then it just kills us, right? Then it just symbolically just slays us. Like, you can only carry the burden of comparison and jealousy so far before it just lays you flat. And in some cases, this has to happen, right? Sometimes you just need to be beaten down to the point where you're like, all right, enough is enough. I'm going to take these swords out of my back, and I'm going to get up, and I'm going to make some changes. You know, but hopefully you can address it before you get to the 10. If you can address it at the 7, you'll be in much better shape. So there you go, just a little lesson in the swords. Not my favorite suit. It is kind of dark, but they come up for all of us. So I will see you tomorrow for Wacky Whip It Up Make a Wish Winston Wednesday. Have a great day, everybody.